Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Good Night Meditation. Today, we're going to discuss and reflect on topic of creating and connecting to that sacred safe space within. A space that's there within each of us, but is not accessed very often. Why? Because we live mostly in our outer world, focused on a world that's constantly changing and unpredictable. And we're so busy in that world that there's hardly time to sit or have a moment of silence or pause throughout the day. And even if we did make an attempt to do that, oftentimes that inner world is filled with chatter of the mind, which is either judging the self or others for the past mistakes or fearing about the future. So there's this spinning of these repetitive waste thoughts that don't really create a sense of peace when we sit by ourselves or in silence. So oftentimes people feel like they need a background noise, such as a TV or some music or something, so that they don't have to pay attention to this chatter that's going on in their mind. And so even for meditation, it's hard for some people to meditate or even think about meditating, because as soon as one sits down and lets go of the thoughts of the outer world, these inner thoughts, the inner chatter is right there waiting to have its chance to be on stage of the mind. So what's the way to get beyond this and to come to that, connect to that inner space of peace and silence that's enjoyable and that is rejuvenating and refreshing for every soul and is necessary for the strengthening and nurturing of the soul? It's really quite simple, but requires two things, I feel. From my own practice, it requires a determination and it requires some concentration. And oftentimes the word concentration is something that also will trigger some anxiety in many people, because it's hard for us to focus when most of our days are spent where we're dealing with the outer chaos of the physical world or the inner chaos of our mind. Concentration is not easy when we are in those two outer layers, we could say. But when we come to that inner space, kind of like that often referred to image of the inner eye of the storm, that's the space where we can go beyond the two outer circles of thought that we focus on most of the time and connect to that inner peace and silence. And it's kind of like making a cake. We have to have the ingredients of thoughts, the right kinds of thoughts. We're going to make a chocolate cake. You need flour, you need sugar, you need chocolate flavoring, etc. So for peace, for example, if we wanted to focus on that inner peace, we have to think about our experiences of peace in the past that can bring up and create that experience of peace, and focus only on those thoughts. And if other distractions come in, we tell them to come at another time that we're busy making our peace cake. So let's try for a few moments to just do that, simply putting our mind in that area of focusing with determination on this inner space of silence and stillness. Stillness like the water on the lake on a very quiet day. Silence that could be experienced at the depth of the ocean. These are experiences that remind us and trigger our inner feelings of peace that's there within each of us. And it's ours to hold. Where there's an appreciation for that feeling of safety and security and stability. It's also naturally ours. And in this space, nothing else is needed. Nothing needs to be completed or fixed. It's just a natural state of being where we can appreciate what's already ours. And we can dive deeper into this silence as we hold this awareness. And insights and truths about ourselves, who we really are. May have an opportunity to reveal themselves. So, taking another deep breath, we bring our awareness back, holding this experience of rest and peace for the mind. Which is helpful as we prepare for rest for the body, so that as we wake up in the morning, the whole being feels rested and refreshed. So enjoy your evening and take a moment every now and then throughout the day to see if we can go to that space, even if it's for a minute, a few times a day. See if that helps you come to that place of strength within, so that when there are things that are not peaceful in the outer world, we can deal with them with greater stability and strength. Om Shanti. Have a good evening.